This presentation, read by Austin Swift and Maddie Sullivan, will cover chapters 10 and 11 from the International Business Textbook by Geringer. So what are you to take away from this unique learning experience? Great question. Our objectives for you from Chapter 10 are to understand international strategy, know the steps in the global strategic planning process, name key strategies, kinds of strategic plans, and methods of planning. So let's start with the basics. What's international strategy? International strategy is the way firms make choices about acquiring and using scarce resources in order to achieve their international objectives. The goal is to obtain competitive advantage, which is the ability of a company to have higher rates of profits than its competitors. In order to do this, you need the skills or abilities required in order to adequately complete a task called competencies. These need to create value for customers, be rare and difficult to imitate, and be organized in a way that allows the company to fully capture the value of them. Let's sing our way happily, minus the singing part of course, through the global strategic planning process, which is a 7-step process by which an organization determines where it's going, how it's getting there, and how it will assess how well it's doing. This is one of the most commonly used management tools among global executives. The first step is to analyze domestic, international, and foreign environments. Using environmental scanning, we must identify current and future forces in all environments, but then also develop and implement appropriate responses to these forces. Steps 2 and 3 are similar. First, we analyze what forces we control as a firm, meaning the internal ones. An important term in this step is the value chain analysis. Value chain analysis is a way to analyze where and to what extent value is being added to the final product. After we do this, we need to recognize knowledge as an internal resource and manage this effectively by encouraging shared ideas among the company and then also from suppliers and customers. Defining where the company is and where it's going is important so the behavior in the company can stay on track. The mission statement is a broad statement that defines the organization's purpose. The vision statement is a description of the company's future if the strategy is implemented successfully. And the value statement is a specific description of the fundamental values, beliefs, and priorities of the company. Next, the organization needs to set corporate objectives that will guide the firm's course of action and then quantify these so that they are easily measurable and reachable. Goals that aren't quantifiable are like trying to get strong and have muscles without planning on going to the gym or eating healthy. The last step to the process is to formulate the appropriate strategies. There are several strategies, but one example is home replication strategy. This is when companies centralize product development in their home country and then transfer the improvements and successful product to the foreign market. There are 2 kinds of strategic plans, and they are fairly straightforward. Time horizon is dependent on the age of the firm and stability of the market. Level in the organization is when each organizational level has a plan. There are 3 methods of planning. Top-down planning is the planning process that begins at the highest level in the organization and continues downward. A disadvantage of this is that it restricts lower-level initiative. Bottom-up planning starts at the bottom and works its way up. One disadvantage to this is that there is no guarantee that all employees will have the same goals and ideas as the goals and ideas of the headquarters. Iterative planning combines the 2 methods. Now let's move on to Chapter 11.
Created using Powtoon.